Okay, Energy here, back with another video. I'm doing great today. Energy high. So is my frequency. Can't be high without the other, right? Right. Low, low. Anyway, I ain't doing much, just sitting here in my car. Van life and watching people and minding my own business, thinking of what I want to do. I got to earn some money somehow, and I can't work. And I've been on disability for years. And so I tried to go back to work. And that's how I had the stroke, because people were forcing me to go to work like I could work. So I went to work and had the stroke getting ready for work. Um, it's a lot. I lost my son. It'll be 2 years. Well, it's been 2 years, October. And then someone stole my dogs, and they were gifted to me, as I told you all, for emotional support. So it's been a double whammy for me. Um, I'm very modest. I'm very humble. I'm very grateful. And I'm very progressive. And I'm very enlightened and powerful. And what people don't understand when they play the game that they've been playing, they will reap what they sow. My spirit always lets me know they're there, from the time on the clock being 7-11 to the 10-10s to the 12-12s, the 11-11s, the 9-11. I get sequences all day, every day. Mainly 7-11. That was my cousin's birthday, because she always lets me know she here. I have gifts where I could reach those others like a medium that cross over. And I also have gifts to let me know what be going on. But sometimes you got to play stupid, because the spirit has you playing stupid. You can't show your poker hand or your face. So sometimes you have to just let things happen and watch people reap what they sown, because I didn't do anything to deserve what is coming my way. I was in my home for years, me and my son. And this is the part where I said maybe I'll get into it. We lived in North Carolina, Ty and I, and we had no way in or out but to the grocery store twice a month, and sometimes 3 times. He got to leave every day, 5 days a week, because he went to school. And that was great. But I had to stay in and study. And prior to then, I was on my back for 3 years, learning to walk again and everything, because I had taken a blood pressure pill that took everything from me and made me weak. Benicar. I had a lawsuit for that. Benicar, a class action lawsuit. Well, instead of paying me, they gave me $1,500 and stole my money. Then other people decided they were going to come get my money and kill me for it and all this. So it's been a big mess. I'm out in the streets now because they wanted me homeless. So now I'm doing van life. And my son still has his apartment. The people in the apartment, when people were entering my apartment, taking my things, just kept saying to somebody, we'll call the police, because I didn't give anybody permission to take my things. So they continued on. And even with my son's mural hanging on the wall of him being deceased, they come in, laugh, and everything was a joke to them. They were heartless people. And I call those soulless beings, because if you don't have a heart for that, you don't have a soul. And that's just how it go. And so because they had the privilege to hear every word out of my mouth, because my phone's hacked, my car is hacked, they decided to make more of it. People are disrespecting me on all levels because they figure they can, because they got the society behind them to do whatever evil they're doing. And not to mention, everybody wants to say it was your family. No, my family was looking for me. My family didn't tell motherfuckers to try to kill me. Now let's just be real. Somebody poisoned me, and I almost died from turpentine. So now they're poisoning my son to make me shut my mouth. I've lost one son. I may die. And if that's just what it's going to be, that's just what it's going to be. You will not silence my truth. That's power. You know who you are. You walk in it. Death, that's crossing over. We never die. Energy never dies. Well, I'll just cross over. I'll be okay. But they will reap what they sown. And that's what they're not comprehending. So when they got their dollars, it'll be gone. When they got their life and they can call this and call that and put in a phone call, that'll be taken. What you make happen for others, the universe, karmic debt is reaping and sowing, and the church calls it reaping and sowing, but it's karmic debt. Whatever you put out, the universe will give it back, the Merkaba. We got to understand that if I want what's good for you, I'm wanting what's good for me. We're all connected to a degree, and yet we're separate. So when you tap into who you are and being singular, being sovereign, not having to follow somebody, I need a Jesus, I need a follower, I need a pastor, that's what I'm trying to say, a pastor. I need a government, I need somebody to follow, because my finite mind, I need you to tell me what's next. When you think outside of that box, and that's what I was getting to, how I stayed on that bed and I got to looking because I had gifts that were happening to me and the church wasn't telling me. The church couldn't tell me what was happening to me and how did I get to talk to so-and-so and they died. How was I seeing things and they were really things, and then people will tell me, oh, it happened. So these things I was getting before they happened. But see, what the government does is call everybody crazy and bipolar and schizophrenia to make money, to silence the truthers. So when you are crazy, like Jesus' family came out to seize him, because it's crazy, my family sent the people for me and said I was crazy. Doctor interviewed me and saw I was with my right mind and wanted to confirm what I had to say with my son. My son told him what had happened to me because they were really going for that shit. And I told the doctor, now the people who done this shit should be evaluated, and they're crazy because this is some crazy ass shit. And he agreed, and so did all them nurses. But because of who they are, they got status and stature. Some people just don't have a heart. And it ain't about, I was loving you and I want to see you. It ain't about, I didn't mean to, because I'm still out here suffering. I still have lack in my life. But I make it look good because that's who we are. That's who we are. And we don't allow other people to control us. So now they want to take my Social Security and still knowing I had a stroke. But everybody, as I walk, looking at my legs like, oh, it's my legs because I can't stand. No, it's my back. It's my spine. If they took a fucking x-ray or something on my spine, they would see all the herniated and degenerated discs and bone on top of bone. They would definitely see my spinal cord is smashed. So sometimes I have a lot of numbness in different parts of my body. But instead of them looking into that and neuroanthropy and fibromyalgia and arthritis, instead, ain't nothing wrong with her. Look at her. Look at her. I make it look good. It's mind over matter. I didn't get myself out of that wheelchair by believing I'm handicapped. I believed I could, just like the next man who, when the doctor said you'll never walk again, and he said I will, and he did. So if I was white, oh, I'm a medium. I'm black in doing it, so I'm just a nigga. Black people are more scared of ourselves, and that's what's scary. They're more scared of themselves and our gifts, because the only time it's a gift is when you're in the church. Ooh, prophesy to me. You got a prophecy? Ooh, you got a prophecy when I was in the church. Prophesy, prophesy, prophesy. I'm out the church now because I understand how it goes. I've been around that wheel. I've been around Christianity. I've been around Lucifer, Lilith, the light. I've been around Satan, Saturn. I've been around and come back around, and I understand that wheel. So now I got people who figure, oh, we'll get it back to church. You don't fucking tell a Muslim to come to church. You don't go to the agnostics and tell them you ain't supposed to believe like that. You don't go to the Jehovah's Witnesses and tell them that ain't it. The Watchtower ain't shit. You don't do that. The Bible says each one teach one. What it says is a dot and a tittle, a little here, a little there. So that goes over people's mind, that I can't get some from here. I only eat off one plate. You get a little here, you get a little there, and then it all makes sense. A little here, a little there. Let it make sense. Because no one has it all. No one. You will get some from everybody. But people don't want to receive that, and they expect it to all come from one source. So I'm not speaking where everybody can hear me. It's to those who have ears, and it's to those who have an eye to see. I don't expect to be popular. I don't expect people to understand these truths, but they are true. And we can't tell somebody what they believe in is wrong and come and do this. No, you're in error, because to those who have a key, and I ain't seen nobody with the key to heaven or hell, and they need to work out their own salvation with fear and trembling, baby. Fear and trembling. Yeah, you. You ain't no God, so don't try to make me follow you. I'm a God. For don't ye know you gods? Ain't that what the Bible say? When we tapped in, they want you to be a follower. Go back into your sheephood. No. No. And now, I told the pastor, if you ain't crossed over, you can't tell me shit. I crossed over so many times, you just out of the fucking loop of this. You can't tell me a damn thing. My cussing don't even matter. It's the vibration and the frequency of which I speak. These words have no light. Like we mirrored them. All I can say is, if you wouldn't like me to step on your shoe, don't step on mine. If you wouldn't like him to lie on you, don't lie on me. I have my own kids sit up and lie on me. Now that's some horrible shit. When your own fucking seed want to play the game and they sit up and lie on you for whatever the reason. It still got to come back. You was trying to protect me. It still got to come back. It's got to. And that's what people don't understand. They should have stood their fucking ground in this spirit realm and told the devil. But because they were the devil too, and they want to get back. Because I had one daughter, she going through shit with her man, and she's dick over mama. You know, your son, he gonna go out and he gonna die for you. And I had one son do some stupid shit for me. But for the most part, them girls say, fuck you, mama. They get their ass licked. They ain't thinking about what you talking about. So, I'm going to be candid on my channel. It ain't for kids, and I said it ain't for kids. And I'm okay. But what I am is enjoying the sunlight. It's a little chilly today, but sunlight. And I don't feel like doing much. That's the one thing since this happened. And before it happened, I just sat in my car most of the time. Now I do kind of want to get out and show you guys something. Maybe do some shopping. I don't know. I don't really want my video to be about shopping and all that. And maybe I think I'm going to do 2 channels because I'm also going to do a weight loss channel on how to lose weight and heal your body. And so that channel, I need to post how to heal your body in 90 days. Because I got the cure, like Dr. Sebi taught me. And it's just resetting the body. And doctors and nobody wants you to know that. Just like it used to be what they would tell whoever had high blood pressure. It's marked for pain, but it's also marked for your energy. And back in the day, they did the studies to say, and that's how they would know who you are and what gifts you got. Now they've gotten away and they don't care no more. It's just what it is. But when you have gifts, you're going to have higher pressure. Everything about you is going to be unique. My body never responded like somebody else's body. So, in understanding and understanding and overstanding, that's just what it is. For the most part, I have 9 grandchildren. I see one every now and again. She's in another state, and the other ones are in another state, and they mama with that man, and it's a problem, and she making up all kind of lies for him. Stuff I don't really want to share on YouTube. I'm putting my story out. I wasn't going to, and I slept on it. I'm putting my story out because when I cross over, it'll help somebody, and somebody will know the truth. What happened to me? Just like there was a YouTuber I used to watch, Frederick Woost. They call themselves listening. The black girl who was on Dr. Phil was talking about all the black people. And I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? They decided to make up that I said all that at that same time they were listening to me. So all this shit is out that I said about my black people and this and that and just a bunch of lies. And some things I said about my own enemies. Frenemies, enemies. So I have a right to say I didn't want to live next to them niggas. I had a right to say the woman eating out the garbage can, all y'all getting food stamps, ain't nobody gonna feed her. That pissed me off. I had a right to say whatever the fuck I said, and it was okay. It was things that bothered me that had happened to me. I said black people didn't know about business because in my business, when mental health was sending out letters that our checks are coming late, I posted those letters to show them why we could pay y'all this time. We ain't gonna have money the next time though to pay y'all. If the computer fuck up, it's late. Computer fuck up, it's late. That happened to us like 3 times. It happened to all the group homes. We were contracted. We weren't just licensed. We were also contracted. I gave the business away, walked away from a lot of money. $200,000+ a year because peace is priceless. Now I'm in these streets and I ain't got $2, but that's okay. My peace is priceless. So I'm posting, telling these people who work for me in this small town, keeping up a bunch of bullshit. I'm going to get you closed down. I'm going to get you closed down every time you got to fire their ass. Because they just want you to be like everybody else, but you quality living because you want to do something different. You don't want to be abusing clients. You don't want to be throwing all the clients' clothes in with the rugs and just don't damn care. Would you wash your clothes with rugs? No. So I didn't want the clients' clothes washed with rugs. I think I'm better. I think I'm right. And I think you're wrong. And don't choose a side because we're not supposed to. But the fact is, that's not something I would do because I wouldn't want it done to me. I had people come and congratulate me. I had a client come to me that was beat up from another home. And then he stayed with us. And his family came from California when he passed and told me that they really appreciated how we took care of him. I've had other clients to tell me how they really appreciate it. And then one client hurted me to my heart because she was nonverbal and she used sign language. And my staff had her upstairs in a hot ass room, wasn't meeting her needs, and just letting her stay to herself. And it was hot as hell up there. Her family came by and it was the weekend. I was off, and they wanted to remove her because they didn't like her care. That hurted me to my heart. That's not what I stood for. So now heads got to roll. Well, you think you better. You ain't let us abuse the client, basically. You didn't let us ignore the client, dismiss their needs. That's neglect. For neglect, that's a charge. Just like when my daughter was abusing her child, and instead of me calling the police, I kept it to myself and told her, don't do that shit. And don't do that shit in my presence. They come and arrest people. They can arrest everybody in this house. The other daughter who team her, who no matter what the other daughter do, she gonna stand for her. So because I've had a problem with her in her parenting. So they band together. Remember mama said this about you? Remember mama said this? Now they saying I have a problem that when somebody do something to me, I try to make the other not want to. Bullshit. I'm pointing to what you've done to me, to my youngest son, who's my friend. And when I want to vent and tell somebody, it's my goddamn choice and prerogative to do so. And it ain't to make somebody not fuck with you because of what you've done. It's about telling who the fuck you really are. They've done B&Es. They've done all kinds of shit. And because I don't stand for that shit as a parent, I'm in these fucking streets now. Let's chop, let's add, and say mama did this. My own motherfucking kids done this. My daughter laid with another female who's nothing but a fucking criminal, who made her take a charge for her, a felony. I wouldn't take a charge for no goddamn body. Not a piece of dick, not a piece of pussy. But she did. And whoever have a problem with somebody because the other person did? A nigga like me, because I ain't going to jail for another nigga. Not only did this girl cause an issue with that daughter taking the charge, she fucking let my son go to jail when the police pulled them over. A stolen TV in the car. Instead of her saying that stolen TV is mine, my son went to prison for it. He was a felon. He went back to prison for it. Now, when he get out and he got beef with her, yeah. So instead of the other daughter seeing logically, that's why he want to whoop her ass. She want to be a dude. She a lesbian. So shit, she acting like a dude. So a dude wanted to bring it to her. She run and get her family and her uncle and shit. Okay, cool. So, is that not logical? Y'all want to hear what's really going on? That's fucking logical. And the only people making it like it ain't is those who tried to poison me, those who lied on me, those who murdered my son, those who stole my dogs, those who stole all my jewelry, all kinds of shit. My daughter jumped on me in my car, pulled my braces off, and then when I hit her in the fucking face or whatever I did, grabbed her ponytail and hit her back, I'm wrong. But I'm study saying, I told y'all about putting your hands on me. If I had, why would I had say, I told y'all about putting your hands on me if I hit her first? And then she tell the police I assaulted her because I went to the police on some other people following me. I showed the police, you can see all the scratch marks around my run wrist. If she was holding my hands, my wrist wouldn't, both my wrists have dug ins? No, I got the one because she held that one and ripped my bracelets. She gonna pay for that shit. Whether she was trying to let my bracelets not be sewn so people can identify me, that's just how it fucking go. You gonna pay for this shit. Reaping and fucking sowing is real. Karmic debt is real. And same little bitch who wanna holler about my karmic energy, my karmic debt, then what happened to her sister? She don't get karmic debt for Coming home, throwing my keys on the dresser. Did you call Demarius? No, I didn't call Demarius. He called me, though. Called me every bitch in the book and told me I had 5 kids, no daddy. Talked about me like a motherfucking dog. And my son, who was murdered, was the witness. They said he called mama. And when I see him, I'm going to check him because he called mama disrespecting her. And that was when I was just getting better. I got up. I called my friend in another state, so-called friend, and asked her, can I come stay with you? 3 months I left out of there. Now, when I come back, her and this jugaboo, bigaboo, boo-boo, foo-foo, they together. And she got with him when she and I got into it. And she disrespected me with her tongue and called me out my name, and I walked up behind her to go hit her, and she kicked me. I told her, get the fuck out for real. She was already leaving. I definitely told her, get the fuck out. She went and moved in with this loser, and she didn't know him. Well, he turned out to be an abuser. 4 kids later, because one ain't his, he's got a gift to heaven. He sold her pipe dream he was going to be Border Patrol. He going to do this. He going to do that. Why would you want to be Border Patrol if you Mexican? You want to chase down the Mexicans and stop the Mexicans. He was just fucking lying. And I told her then, he's selling you a pipe dream. Nah, she don't want to do shit, so she want to stay in there and be a stay-at-home mom when she wasn't staying home for shit. She didn't have shit. It's different. You at home, you homeschooling yours, you bathing yours, you taking care of yours. Yours got clothes, and them kids ain't had shit, didn't know shit, and that's just what it was. They was just holding him captive because he's mentally ill. And he flunked every fucking test they give him to be a police and this and that when it comes to the mental part. He fucked up. So she didn't want to work, so she just in the shit, staying there and taking the shit. You called grandma and told grandma, oh, wasn't it funny how when you called Damaris, wasn't it funny when you gave the Hispanic lady a letter talking about how bad your life was at the mailbox, at the school bus at 17, when your ass ran away, wasn't it bad then? Talking about you don't want to stay here, you want to go back to Michigan to be with your lover, and went and got a nigga name tattooed on her. He fucked her for 2 weeks and sent her home, and she got the tattoo on her. Then all of a sudden, now she got big ass, his name on her. Now can I come home? We inconvenienced our life with this girl a million times. It's almost like my karmic debt is with her. She caused major problems, and it's like, then they holler, if you don't like somebody, don't let them see your kids and all this and that. If you don't get along with me, tell me I can't see the kids. Did all that they could, and then say I said it. I don't come around not abandoning my kids. How the fuck? You ain't no goddamn kid. Y'all grown-ass motherfucking 34, 32, 30-something-year-old fucking women, and I've been abused by y'all. Y'all abandoned me. I was stuck in a house, didn't have a way to go, and when the other daughter came to live with me, can't use my car. Where you going? Where you been? Why she parked around the block at a job, and me and her brother sat in the house with her baby all damn day. And then when she comes, she'd take her daughter out. The only time she took my son to accompany her to church. So, everybody wants somebody to go with them to church. It's funny how those never get said. It's funny how it's all on me, and I'm just a bad mama, and I vent, and then I blow up. It's funny how no one recognizes the truth until the truth come and bite them in their ass. And that day coming. So now it's all fucked up. It's just my time, and I'm going to go out with a fucking bang. I'm telling my truth. They can think what they want to think what you're going to think on.